Mother.
Yes?
I'm off.
Where to?
To the vineyard.
Wait.
What is it?
Your lunch, my son?
Never mind. I'll eat grapes. Give me the knife.
And why?
To cut them.
Knives. Knives, knives! Curse them all and the wrench who invented them.
Let's change the subject.
And shotguns, and pistols, and little razors, even hoes and winnowing hooks.
Fine.
Whatever can cut through a man's body. A lovely man who is in the flower of his life, who is off to the vines or the olives because they are his family's.
You've missed the point.
And he doesn't return. Or if he does, it's so we can lay a big plate of salt on him or a calm leaf, so the body won't swell. I don't know how you can still carry knives about you, or why I still keep these serpent's teeth in my kitchen.
Are you done yet?
If I lived 100 years, I could speak of nothing else. First your father, who gave me the great scent of carnations and 3 short years, and then your brother? Is it right, and is it true, so small of a thing as a pistol or a knife can do for a man? A bull of a man! The months have passed and pain still pricks my eyes, to the very roots of my hair.
Are we finished?
No, we are not finished. Can anyone bring me back your father or your brother? And they talk about prison. What is prison? They still eat there, they smoke, they play their instruments. My dead are pushing up the grass. 2 who were like flowers. And the prisoners, still coolly glazing at the mountains.
Do you want me to kill them?
No. If you want to know, it's this. How can I not speak when you go through that door? It's this, I don't like you carrying knives. It's this, I wish you wouldn't go into the fields.
Come now.
I wish you were a woman. You would sit and sew and be tranquil.
Mother, what if you came with me to the fields?
What would an old woman like me do in the fields? What are you going to do, lay me down under the vines?
Old, so very old.
Your father would take me along. He was of good blood, good race. Your grandfather left offspring everywhere. That's what I love. Man, harvest.
And I, Mother?
And you?
Must I say it again?
Ah.
You think it wrong?
No.
And then?
I don't know. It's just like this. Suddenly, it always seems to take me by surprise. I know she's a good girl. It's true, isn't it? She's well behaved, bakes her own bread, sews her own skirts, and yet every time she's named, I feel like I've been struck on the forehead with a stone.
But that's foolish.
More than foolish. You're all I have left, and I'm sad you're leaving.
But you'll come with us.
No. I must stay here with your brother and your father. If I went away, likely one of those Felixes, one from that killer family, would die, and they would bury him with them. And that it cannot be. That it must not be.
Let's change the subject.
Forgive me. How long have you known her?
3 years. I can buy the vineyard now.
3 years. She had a fiancé, no?
I think not. A girl must take a good look at the man she marries.
Yes. I looked at no one. I looked at your father, and when they killed him, I looked at the wall in front of me. 1 woman for 1 man. That's it.
You know my girl is good.
I know, but I don't think I know who her mother was.
What does that matter?
Son.
What do you want?
Fine. You're right. When do you want me to ask them for her?
Is Sunday good?
Yes. I can give her family heirlooms, and you can buy for her.
You know best.
Buy her some embroidered silk stockings, and for you, 2 suits. No, 3. You're all I have left.
I'm off. Tomorrow I'll go see her.
Yes, and have me 6 grandchildren now that your father is no longer here.
The first one will be for you.
Yes, and have girls so we can sit and sew and be tranquil.
I'm sure you'll come to love my bride.
I like her. Now go, you're too big for kisses. Save them for your wife once she is yours.
I'm off.
Yes, and dig over the field near the mill you've been neglecting.
It's done.
Go with God. Come in.
How are you?
As you see.
And your son?
He just went out.
At last he'll buy the vineyard.
He had luck.
Now we'll marry.
Listen. fiancée is?
A good girl.
Yes, but...
But you cannot say anyone knows her well. She lives with her father, way off, miles from the nearest house. But she's a good girl, accustomed to solitude.
And her mother?
Oh, I knew her. Beautiful. Her face shone like a saint's. But she was not to my liking. She didn't love her husband.
The things people know.
Well, I mean no offense. There was no talk whether she was a decent woman or not. There was nothing of that. She was proud.
It's always the same.
Well, you've asked me.
I wish no one knew anything about them. The living ones or the dead ones. But they were like two thistles that pricked up when something came near.
You're right. Your son is a catch.
He is. Worth taking care of. I heard the girl had a fiancé a while back.
She was about 15. He was married to a cousin of her, in fact. But nobody remembers the betrothal.
How come you remember it then?
Well, you asked me.
Everyone wants to know about what affects them. Who was the boy?
Leonardo.
Which Leonardo?
Of the Felix family.
A Felix?
Woman, what do you hold Leonardo guilty of? He was barely 8 at the time of the troubles.
It's true. But I hear the name Felix, and that same Felix fills my mouth with mud. And I have to spit it out! Spit it out or I'll kill them all!
Be calm. What good does he do?
Nothing. But you understand.
Don't stand in the way of your son's happiness. Say nothing to him. You are old, I too. You and I must be silent.
I'm to say nothing.
Nothing. I'm off. My men will be back from the field soon.
See what a hot day it is.
The men carrying water to the river are bent black with it. Farewell, my dear.
Farewell.
My child is sleeping.
My child is silent.
Sleep, my flower, the stallion won't drink.
And the child?
Asleep.
He isn't well. He cried all night.
Well, he's fresh as a rose today. And you? Did you go to the blacksmith's?
I've just come from there. I've been reshooting that horse for over 2 months now. He's always casting me.
Could it be
on
you?
the stones.
Could it be you riding too hard?
No. I barely ride him.
The neighbor said you were seen at the edge of the plain.
Who said that?
The women picking capers. It really surprised me. Was it you?
No. What would I be doing in that wasteland?
That's what I say. The horse was soaked in sweat.
Oh, you saw it?
No. My mother did.
Is she with the child?
Yes. You weren't home for lunch.
Damn it, woman! I was at the cornfields. I was waiting the wheat. There's always a delay.
And the price was good.
It was fair.
Then, Who's been riding that horse? It's dumb the lover. Eyes rolling in its head as if it's come from the end of the earth.
Me?
Have you heard my cousin's getting engaged?
When?
Tomorrow? The wedding is within a month. I hope they'll invite us.
I'm not so sure.
I don't think the mother's just likely the marriage.
And she shouldn't be. That girl's a worry.
I don't like the both of you speaking ill of a good girl.
But when he says so, it's because he knows her. Wasn't she your girlfriend for 3 years or so?
And I finished with her, didn't I? You're going to cry now. Stop that!
Why do you have to be so unpleasant with people?
I don't remember asking for your opinion.
That's fine.
You're not... What's wrong? What ideas are milling around in that head of yours? Don't push me off so, knowing nothing.
Leave me alone.
No. I want you to look at me and tell me.
I'm off.
Where are you going?
Can't you be quiet?
The child. His legs are wounded, his mane is frozen, his eyes, there's a blade of silver. They went to the river, how they went, blood running, weaker, water. Sleep, my flower, the stallion won't you?
Sleep, my flower. The stallion is crying.
Would you like to sit? You'll be here in a moment.
Did you bring your watch?
Yes,
We must leave in good time. The distance these people live.
but their lands are good.
Good, but too remote. A 4-hour journey, not a tree or a house.
These are the dry plains,
Your father would have covered it with trees.
without any water.
He'd have found a way. The 3 years I was with him, he planted 10 cherry trees, 3 walnut trees by the mill, a whole vineyard, and a tree they call the orpine tree, with its purple leaves that dried up.
She must be getting ready.
A long journey.
4 hours.
You must have come a long way around.
I'm too old to go over the fields by the river.
She gets tired easily.
A fine crop of grass this year.
Fine indeed.
In my day, this field wouldn't yield grass. I had to toil and shed tears to get anything from it.
Well, it does now. But don't worry, I've not come to ask for anything. You know why I've come.
Yes,
Well,
seems fine by me. They've talked it over.
My son is fit and able.
My daughter the same.
My son is handsome. He's never known a woman before. His purity is as bright as a white sheet in the sun.
What can I say of my daughter? She wakes up with the morning star, take a breakfast, never speaks out, is as soft and gentle as wool. She embroiders all sorts of embroidery, and can cut a rope with her teeth.
God bless their house.
May God bless it.
When do you want the wedding to be?
Next Thursday?
The day when she'll be just 22.
22. That's how old my eldest son would have been if he'd been alive. Warm and vibrant. If men had not invented knives.
Best not to dwell on it.
Every minute. And on heart.
Thursday, is that right?
Thursday.
Tell her she can come in now.
Come to me. Are you happy?
Yes, Nora.
Don't look so serious. Soon she will be like a mother to you.
I am happy. Why I said so is because I want to be married.
Naturally. Look at me.
She's the image of my wife.
Yes, with lovely eyes. Tell me, child. Do you know what marriage is?
Yes.
It's a man and children and a 2-foot thick wall against the rest.
Is anything else required?
No. How happy you'll be. How happy.
I know my duty.
Here are some presents.
Thank you.
So take something.
Not for me. And you?
Yes, I will.
A glass of wine?
He never touches it.
All the better.
I'll come and see you tomorrow.
At what time?
At 5.
I'll be waiting for you.
When I leave you, I feel a sort of chill and a knot in my throat.
You know, when you're my husband, you won't feel so.
That's so.
Is all agreed? We must go now. The sun won't wait.
I'll see you out.
Farewell.
God bless you.
Goodbye, daughter.
Goodbye. I'm longing to see the presents. Leave them be. I need to show me. I don't wish to. The stockings, at least. They say they're embroidered silk woman. I said no. Oh wow. It seems you don't want marriage gifts. Mira. What's wrong? Do you think your reign is over? Don't think sour thoughts. What's the need? None at all. Let's see the presents.
Leave them alone, I said!
Mujer.
Leave them, please.
You're stronger than a man.
Well, haven't I done a man's job? If only I were.
Don't talk like this.
Hush. We'll speak of something else.
But you're a horse in the night. At what time?
À la traite.
It was probably one of the horses that strayed from the herd.
No.
Carried a rider. How do you know? Because I saw him. He stopped by our window. I was startled. It was probably my fiance Who was it? Leonardo.
Mentira! Mentira! What would he come here for?
Why? Give me your tongue.
Was that him?
Yes. Finish my hair. You're fortunate. You're going to kiss a man, embrace him, and feel his weight. Hush. And the best part is, you awake and feel him beside you, and his breath brushes your shoulders like a nightingale's feather. Will you hush? But Nina, a marriage. What else is it? It is such and nothing more. Is it sweetmeats? Is it sprays of flowers? No. It's a shining man, a shining bed, and a man and a woman. Well, you shouldn't say it. Perhaps not, but that's the true joy of it. Or the true bitterness. This is no time for sadness. Is your head? Don't you want to be married? Speak. You can still say no. It's clouded. An ill wind at the heart of it. Who doesn't see it? You love your man. Yes, I love him. Yes, it's true. But it's such a huge step. But you have to take it. And I promised I would. I'll fix your garland for you. Make haste, because he'll soon be here. I've been on the road 2 hours already. How far from here to the church? 2 miles by the riverbank. Double that if you go by the road. Que despierta la María on her wedding day. Let the world's river carry her wallet. Let's go. Let her wake beneath the green branch and flowering laurel. Let her wake to the branch and spray laurel flower. You?
Yes. Good morning.
But first.
Was I not invited?
Yes.
So I came.
And your wife?
I came on horseback. She's taking the cart. She's still on the road.
You didn't meet up with them.
I overtook them.
Kill the beast overriding.
When it's dead, it's dead.
Sit down. Nobody's about it.
I'm the bride.
I'm going to dress her myself now.
The bride. She must be happy.
And the child?
What child?
Your son.
Ah,
Are they bringing him?
no.
Here they come now. They're still ready to come.
The bride. She'll wear a large garland, no? But not too large. You see, a little one would suit her much, much better. The bridegroom. Has he bought her a corsage?
He has, Bernard. Don't show yourself like that. Why not? And you? What do you ask? Have you a reason?
None. What reason should I have? You, who know me, know I have no reason. Tell me then, what did I mean to you? Try exercising your memory. Ah, that's it. A pair of oxen and a miserable shack weren't enough for you, that's the trouble.
Why are you here?
To witness your marriage.
Just like I witnessed yours.
Forced into it by you, tied by both hands. They may kill kill me, then now they dare show me contempt. Although with their shining silver, they show contempt to everyone.
You know that's a lie.
Doesn't matter. You can't have what's already gone.
You're right. Doesn't matter. I shouldn't even be speaking to you. But my soul's anger that you've come to me spy at my wedding. Why don't you go outside and wait for your wife?
Can't you and I speak to him?
No, you can't.
After my marriage, I thought day and night about who was to blame, and the guilty one always altered, for there's always a guilty party.
Well, a man on horseback can go anywhere and knows how to push a woman that's lost on the waylands, but I've got my pride. This is my wedding, and I'll love myself with my husband, whom I must love above all other things.
Pride won't serve you.
Don't come near me.
To be silent and consumed by fire is the worst punishment on earth we can inflict upon ourselves. Tell me what use was pride, not having you and you alone lying next to me night after night. None at all. It only served to stoke those flames higher. Because one thinks that time is a cure, that walls can shut things out, but it's not true. It's not true. When flames reach the heart, they cannot be quenched.
I should not listen to you. I don't want to hear your voice. But I know I'm wrong, and I can't help it.
You must leave right now. This is the last time I'll speak to you, don't you worry.
No. This is madness. I shouldn't want to see you. But it's still... I still feel like I need to.
No peace until I've said these words. I married, now you marry.
And she will be married.
Hay frío, tengo frío, mis pies en el martillo. Anoche soñé contigo. Voy pa' tu casa.
Shoes gleaming with silver,
and on her brow jasmine.
Aye, sweet girl, while the moon shines.
Oh, your lover comes to the olive grove.
The bride, the white bride.
Today a maiden, tomorrow a wife.
Come, dark girl, with your silken train. Come to that one. Let the children ring too.
Awake, bride, awake. Blossom fills the air.
The wedding is come.
The bridegroom seems a flower of the sun.
Under his feet carnations are springing.
Oh, my fortunate child.
Let the bride awake.
Oh, and her lover.
The wedding bells ring with the morning breeze.
Let the bride come forth.
Let her come, let her come.
Let the bells peal.
Let the bells ring.
Forth she comes, now she is here.
Like a bull. The marriage is risen.
Why are you wearing those shoes?
They're shinier than the black ones. How the garland brings a glow to you.
Let's go quickly to the church.
You're in a rush.
Yes, I want to be your wife and be alone with you.
I want that too.
And only hear your voice and for you to hold me so tight that even if my dead mother called me, I could never break free of you.
My arms are strong. I'll hold you for the next 40 years.
Forever.
Quick, bring the horses and the carts. The sun's already risen.
Let's not think ill of this day.
not a man to go out. And I'm not a woman to go to a wedding without my husband. I can't take much more.
Me neither.
Why do you look at me like that, with daggers in your eyes?
Let's go.
I don't know what's happening, but I think, and I don't wish to think. I know one thing, it's over already. I have a child, and another one on the way. Let's go, you say? The same fate overtook my mother. But I am not moving from here.
I said, let's go.
But together!
Fine, come.
Siempre la verita tuya, hasta que de amor me muera. Que no miraste a tus ojos, que no llamaste a tu puerta, que no pisaste de noche las piedras de tu calleja. Siempre la verita tuya, hasta que de amor me muera.
At last.
Are we supposed to arrive?
No, Leonardo arrived with his wife a few minutes ago. He drove like a demon. His wife almost died of fright. It's like he was galloping on horseback.
He's looking for trouble. Only bad blood there.
What kind of blood do you expect? His whole family has it. Started off with his grandfather, who started their murderous ways, and the rest of them inherited it. Their full smiles and their knives.
Forget about all that.
I grieve to the very depths of my being. When I'm confronted with them, all I see are the hands that killed my loved ones. Do you see me? Am I crazy? Well, it is madness that I did not scream whatever my heart needed to utter. There's a cry in my heart in every moment against those who should be punished and put in their shrouds. They left me with my dead, and I'm to say nothing? Then people criticize it?
Today is not the day to bring up such things.
Well, when a conversation runs this way, I have to speak up, especially now that I'm all alone.
Hoping for fresh company.
That's the dream. Grandchildren.
I hope they have plenty. This land, it needs unpaid labor. They must wage war on the weeds and the thistles and the stones that emerge from nowhere. And this labor, it must come from the masters, so that they can tame and punch the land. They need a host of grandsons.
And daughters. Men are creatures who follow the wind and are forced to handle weapons. Daughters have no need to go outside.
I'm sure they'll have both.
I'm sure they will. My son will do well by her. He's of good stock. I could have had many sons from my husband.
The thing is, I wish it could be all done in a day. I wish they could produce 2, 3, or even 4 full-grown men straight away.
Yes, but it's not like that. It's so slow. That's why it's so terrible to see one split of blood on the ground. When I reached out to my son, my hands were covered with blood. And I licked it because it was mine. But you wouldn't understand that. The monster of crystal and topaz, I would lay that blood-soaked stone.
Well, we must wait. My daughter is strong and your son is brought in.
I trust so.
Bring out the trays of food.
Are we having a feast?
Not much, woman.
Here they come now.
What are you thinking about?
I'm not thinking of anything.
Sometimes so many blessings can weigh heavy.
As lead.
Ignore them. You should be as light as a dove.
Will you stay here tonight?
No, I must be home. My house is empty.
I think you should stay here.
May you be happy with my cousin.
I'm sure I will be.
Just the two of you here, not going far, creating a home. If only I too lived out here.
Why don't we buy a house? Our land is cheap and healthier for raising children.
We've no money, and the way we're going.
But your husband is a good worker.
Yes, he likes to chop and change too much, flitting from one thing to another. He's not steady.
Are you not eating? I'll wrap up some crab cakes for your mother. She loves them.
Give her 3 dozen.
No, if you will be enough.
Today is a special day.
And Leonardo?
You must be outside with the others.
Let's go see.
Don't do that.
Are you afraid of me?
Oh, it's you.
Who else would it be? Your father or I?
Yes, of course.
Although your father would have embraced you more gently.
That's for sure. Oh, wait. Not right now.
Why not?
Because of all the guests, someone might come in.
Why not? It's sanctioned.
Just... don't leave me, please.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yes? No.
It's just that his horse is not in the stables and I can't find him anywhere.
You must have taken it for a gallop.
Is everything alright?
The bride is a little tired.
What's wrong with me? It's just a throbbing in my head. The bride really feels to be tougher than that. You're going to cure it, or she is yours.
Let's go dance.
No, I want to lay down for a while.
Okay, but don't let it take all night.
Don't worry, it won't. I'll get better.
I hope so. How have you been?
Wandering around here and there. Are you pleased?
Yes.
And your bride?
A little tired. It is a hard day for brides.
A hard day. For me, it was the best day of all. It's like going into an inheritance or plowing a fresh field and putting in grass.
Are you leaving?
Yes, I need to be home.
Alone?
Alone? No. My head is full of thoughts of men in conflict.
Conflict which is no longer conflict.
That's what life is. Conflict.
Whatever you say.
Try to be affectionate towards your bride. Unless she gets a little bit above herself or a little awkward. Give her a caress. One that hurts a little. A bite. She won't be mad. She'll understand that you're the master, the man. It's what your father used to do with me. Now that he's no longer here, I must teach you how to be firm with her.
I'll do whatever you say, Mom.
My daughter?
She went inside.
She's not there.
No?
She must be up on the veranda.
I'll go see. She's not there.
No.
Where could she be?
No!
And the little one, where is she?
We don't know.
She's not dancing?
There's no sign of her there.
There's the crowd there. Go look!
I have looked.
Where could she have gone?
Nothing. She's nowhere to be found.
What is all this? Where is your daughter?
They fled! They fled! She had been Nadav on his horse! She was holding him tight, they went past like the wind!
No! That's not true. Not my daughter!
Yes, your daughter, born of suspect mother. And yet she is my son's fiancée.
Find me a horse! I'll go hunt them!
Yes, a horse! I'd give anything for for a horse, and I, my tongue even, I eat. Go! Go! Wait. That family are so swift to kill. And yet we must go!
Have they found them?
No, but they're searching everywhere.
They'll find them.
Shh. What? They're closing in from every direction.
When the moon rises, they'll find them.
They ought to let them go.
The world is large. There's room for all.
They'll kill them.
They followed their inclination. They were right to flee.
They try to deceive themselves, but in the end, blood proves stronger.
Blood!
They follow the urge of their blood.
And blood that sees the light, the earth soon drinks.
So, better to die of loss of blood than live with poison in your veins.
Hush!
What do we hear?
Cicadas, frogs, and the night lying in wait.
Still no sound of a horse.
No.
And he's making love to her.
Her body is his, and his is hers.
But they'll hunt them down and kill them!
But their blood would have mingled. And there'd be like two empty vessels. Two dry streams.
There's heavy cloud tonight. Perhaps the moon will remain hidden.
The bridegroom will find them, moon or no moon. I saw him leave, like a raging meteor, his face ashen, revealing the family destiny.
A family that dies of its children.
That's it.
Do you think they'll break through the circle?
Tricky. There's guns and knives in a 3-mile radius.
He rides a fine horse.
But with a woman.
Here's the tree.
40 foot high. Soon we'll have it down.
The moon's coming out. We'll have to hurry.
Aye, the moon rises. The moon of the sharp knives.
Moon of the blood-wet jasmine.
Aye, moon alone. Moon of the green blades.
Silvering the bride's face.
I, ill moon, leave the dark branch to love.
Aye, sad moon. Leave the dark branch to love.
White swan in the river, the eye of cathedrals, false dawn in the leaves. Am I? They cannot hide. Who can escape? Who sobs in the Valestangle? The moon lifts a knife behind in the air, and let color trod the 6 bloods cry. Let me in. I come frozen through walls and windows, open roofs and breasts where I can be warmed. I'm chilled. My ashes of someone that better seeks the crown of the fire among streets and mountains. But I bring the snow to the shoulders of jasper and a flute cold and harsh, the depths of the lakes. But this night, my cheeks will be stained with red blood, and there is clustered in wet swaths of air. I have no shadow, nowhere they can hide. Let me enter a breast where I can be warmed, a heart of my own, burning, spilling itself on the hills of my breast. Let me come in, oh, let me. No shadow. Maria's wishing everywhere in the dark of the freeze spread a rumor of dawn. So tonight, my cheeks will be stained with red blood, and there is clustered in wet waves of air. Who's that hiding? Speak out. No, there's no escape. I make the verse gleam with a figure of diamond.
The moon is gone, and we are nearby. Will not live here. The sound of the river will drown the sound of the tree. The broken flight of the cries. It must be here, and soon I am weary. The chest and the white sheets ache, awake on the empty bedroom floors. The heavy corpses with slashed throats. But the birds will hear, and the breeze will sweep the sound of her cries. Away with her through the black trees, or bury them deep in gleaming mud. The moon, the moon, the moon, the moon.
They're near now. Some by the hills, the rest by the river. I led their way. What do you need?
Nothing.
The air is arding and double-edged.
Light their waistcoats, black of the buttons, so the later the knives will know the road.
But let them die slowly. Let the blood seep slow through my fingers, a delicate whisper. Already my ashen bodies are steering. The air from the throat is quivering flow.
We won't let them pass the stream. Now, silence!
They are here.
Swiftly, light! Did you hear me? They must not escape.
When I do find them.
I think they've gone another way.
No! I heard a horse not long ago.
It may be another horse.
Listen! There is only one horse for me in all the world, and it is that one. Do you understand? If you're going to follow me in silence.
I only meant...
Hush! I'm sure I'll find them here. You see this arm? Well, it is not mine. It is the arm of my brother, of my father, of all my family's dead. And it holds such power that I could tear a tree by its roots if I wished. Now let's go on. Let's go on because I feel that pain. I feel that pain in a way that makes it hard for me to breathe easily.
Did you hear that?
Go through there and make your way back.
It's like a hunt.
It is a hunt. The greatest you can undertake. What is it?
I'm cold.
Where are you traveling to?
Far from here.
Where are you from?
From there. From afar.
Have you seen a man and a woman riding a horse?
Wait. Oh, the handsome young man. Handsome, Marcel. If you were sleeping.
Answer me, have you seen them?
Wait. What broad shoulders. Wouldn't you prefer to lie flat on them? And to have to stand on your feet, which are so small?
I asked you a question. Have you seen them? Have they passed through here?
They have not. They're descending down the hillside. Can't you hear them?
No.
Do you know the way?
I'll find it, come what may.
I'll go with you. I know this country.
Come then, which way?
Here.
You're clean. With your hands to the hill. Cut from my honest neck the chain you've set there. And if you won't kill me like a mason viper, placing the bright's hands to stock up your rifle, what grief, what fire runs through my head, what glass cuts at my tongue.
Hush. For their uncertainness, I must take you with me.
Then it will be by force.
By force? Tell me, who was it first who slipped down the stairs?
I did.
And who put a fresh bridle on the horse?
I did, it's true.
And who fastened my spurs?
These hands, which are yours, and which if they could would call the blue branches in the stir of your veins. I love you! I love you. Go. If I could kill you, I'd wrap you in a shroud of green branches. What grief, fire runs through my head.
What glass gets on my tongue? For I wish to build a wall of stone between your house and mine. It's true. Don't you remember? And when I saw you from afar, I threw sand in my eyes. And I climbed on my horse, and my horse led me to your door. And with the silver pillars of this veil, my blood turned to darkness. And dreams, they filled my veins like the rank odor of weeds. But the guilt of it isn't mine. The guilt belongs to the earth. It's the perfume that rises from your breasts and from your hair.
What madness. I wish neither bed nor board from you. Yet there's no hour of the day where I don't long to see you. You draw me, and I go, and you ask me to return, and I follow you through the air like a straw lost in the wind. I left to find men in the midst of my wedding, dressed in a street of flower. But you'll get hurt from it, and I don't want you to. Go! Leave me!
The birds of the morning are already stirring in the trees, and the dark of night is dying on a hard edge of stone. Come, let's find a dark corner where I can always love you. Where people will not matter, or the venom of danger.
I'll lie on the ground to watch over your dreams. Naked, I'll see you sleep. Just like a bitch on heat, because that's what I am. I see you and your beauty makes me burn.
One fire lights another, but it's the smallest of flames that'll destroy the whole home. Come, let's go.
But where?
Anywhere where the men encircling us can't go. Somewhere where I can gaze at you.
Take me from fair to fair. All honest will not shame for the people to stare. With my garland in the wind like a banner, I want to be with you.
I too would leave you if I thought as they do. But I must go wherever you go. Come, take a step. Splinters of moonlight pierce my waist and your hips. I'll follow after you.
No!
If they part us, I'll be dead.
Then I shall die with you.
La gente que pasa olía jazz. Eras tu mujer que bailaba cha-cha-cha.
Did you go to the wedding? No. Neither did I. What happened there among the dark vines? What happened there in the olive branches? What happened there that no one's returned? Did you go to the wedding?
You both said no.
Neither did I.
We don't know.
What about the wedding?
There is nothing to tell.
I want to turn back. I want to know.
You take to your house. Bravely alone. To your house to grow old and to weep. Never, no dead or alive, will never shut the windows. Let the rain in the night fall over a bit of grass. No matter. With your face on the bed. Your children are yours. And the bed. Lay across a bush. His pillow lay.
follows me. Do you want one?
I want to be gone from you.
Ignore her. Did you come by the river path? That's the way I came.
And may I ask?
I saw them. They come. The thorns quiet at last between the great stones. Two men between the horses' hooves. Dead in the beauty of night. Dead. Yes, dead.
Silence, old woman, silence.
Crushed flowers, their eyes. Their teeth, like two fists of hardened snow. Both of them fell. The bride returned. Her dress, her hair dyed with blood. Covered with blankets they come, on the shoulders of handsome lads. It is so. That's all. It was just on the golden flower, black sand.
Black sand.
Golden flower. Easy flower of blue, they carried them from darker the one, darker the other, led the nightingale of shadow fly, and called to the flower of gold.
Hush. Hush, I said. Is there no one here? My son would have been here. But now he's in an armful of withered flowers. A dead voice in the mountains. Will you be quiet? I'll have no tears in this house, for your tears are just tears from your eyes. Mine will flow when I'm alone, from the very roots, from the soles of my feet, and when they will flow, they'll flow as hot as blood.
Come home with me. I cannot want to stay here.
No. No, where I am. In peace. They're all dead now. I'll be able to sleep. Sleep free of the fear of guns and knives, while other women lay sleeplessly against their windowsills, waiting to catch a sight of their son's face. I'll be dreaming. I'll be dreaming of flowers of frost making their way to a graveyard. Not a grave, but a graveyard. A couch of earth that will cradle them and rock them under this night sky. Will you take your hand off your face? The days to come will be terrible days. My grief and I, the earth and I, and these four walls.
Have pity on yourself.
No. I must remain calm. I don't want the neighbors to see me so wretched, so poverty-stricken. A woman without a single son to clasp to her breast.
Where are you going?
Come.
Who is it?
Don't you see?
That's why I asked. To pretend I don't know. To avoid sinking my teeth into her throat. Piper! Do you see her? stands there and she weeps. And I hold here, failing to tear out her eyes. I don't even know why myself. Did I not love my son enough? And your honor. Where's your precious honor now?
Let her go! I came here so that she could kill me. So that they could take me with them. But not with your bare hands, with shears, with a sickle, with whatever force might break my bones. Let her be. I want her to know in her anger I am pure. And that they'll bury me without any man having gazed at the whiteness of my breast.
Be silent. What does that matter to me?
Because I ran with another. I ran. You too. You would have gone. I was a woman on fire, wounded inside and out. And your son? He was like a stream of water that could give me sons, land, help. The other was a dark river that brought me the murmur of its reeds, its songs between clenched teeth, and I went with your son. It was like a child born of water. Oh, the other sent flocks of birds that prevented me walking, thrust into the woods of this poor withered woman. I did not want this! You hear me? I did not want this! Listen to me, your son was my goal, and I did not betray him. But the other seized me in his arms like the wave of the sea, struck me like the kick of a mule, and I'll be dragged along forever, 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 even if I had been old and your son's son had held me back with it.
So it's not your fault then, nor I. Whose is it then? A fine whore? A light sleeper? Who throws away her orange blossom to spend the night in a bed warmed by another woman?
No more! No more. Take your revenge. It'd be easier to cut off my throat than to call Natalia in your garden, but what you say is not so. I'm as pure and chaste as a newborn babe, and I can prove it. I can prove it. Let's put our hands in the flames. You for your son, and I for my body. You'll be the first to withdraw.
What does that matter to me? What does your purity matter to me? What does your death matter to me? Blessed the soil that lies upon their faces. Blessed the rains that moistens them. And blessed God that unites us in the rest.
Let me weep with you, please. Let me weep with you.
Weep. But over there, stand in the doorway.
He was the finest of horsemen, who now is among the snow, who flares mountains, women's arms he rode. Now, the mosses of midnight prepare a crown for his brow.
A neighbor with a knife, with a little knife. On a fatal day between 2 to 3, 2 men were killed for love. With a knife, with a little knife that can barely sit in the hand but penetrates deep. Through trembles enmeshed the dark root of a cry.
A knife, a little knife that barely sits in the hand, a fish without scales or the river, so that one fine day between 2 and 3 were quenched 2 strong men whose lips now turn yellow.
A knife, a little knife that can barely sit in the hand but penetrates deep. Through trembles enmeshed the dark root of a cry.
always